No, I don't say this often.
I don't say this often.
No, I don't say this often. He's going to be a wild card in the league. Welcome back to the Wildcards Podcast. It has been a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined here today with my good friends and colleagues.
Joshua Sykes.
Brian Harden.
It always takes him a second. I don't know if it's the lag, the mental lag, the computer lag.
I don't know when you're ever going to stop talking, and that's like a problem.
Oh, is it? Okay, I got you. All right. Well, yeah, it's been a minute. We've been on our official summer break for about 3 weeks. We hope to start, I know we've been saying that for a while, but we hope to start doing these podcasts more regularly, especially now that we're going to be on more regular schedules in terms of school. We're going to have more time, less unpredictable events that were unforeseen. So yeah, basically we're going to try to be more consistent. We're back.
Especially when we set a time and a date, and then Coleman, usually sometimes Brandon, or even myself, very rarely don't want to make this podcast. That's crazy. We were set to make it like a week ago, and Coleman was like, "Oh, he literally set the time," and he's like, "Oh, I forgot."
No, it's not. I did forget. I had like something pop up. I had to go to dinner with my grandparents. Hey, things happen. All right, things happen.
Yeah.
All right, but we're gonna try to be more consistent. So what a better way to start back up on that schedule than just getting right into the news. You guys good with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start.
Yes,
all right, starting off, Dalvin Cook, eventually, as of today, as of a couple hours ago, I think it's like an hour or two ago, has been reported that he has signed a contract with the Jets on a 1-year deal worth up to $8.6 million. Not a lot of money, I'll say that, especially for a player like Dalvin Cook, where he was making, tens of millions of dollars with the Vikings. But again, like we talked about last podcast, the running back market is in shambles. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this is a pretty good contract. I think it's 1 year. So, it's not the worst thing ever. But
I'd take $8.5 million for 1 year, bro.
Yeah, but
Coleman's acting like he's rich. This isn't a big deal. Like $8 million, bro. You could slide that my way.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna slide more than half of it New York City's way.
Yeah, taxes are gonna go crazy.
He's pretty much gonna pay New York to play there.
Yeah. But yeah, Dalvin Cook finds his home in the Jets. Working with Aaron Rodgers, the QB he played against when he was on the Vikings. It'll be interesting.
As a Vikings fan, what do you think?
I'm glad that he found a home. He's great as an FSU fan and a Vikings fan. I'm glad that he found a home. But at the same time, it is kind of rough seeing him go. And I think that's I wouldn't personally pay $8.6 million for Dalvin Cook, especially when the Vikings have a guy like Alexander Mattison who is going to give them more value. He's not as good by any means, but he's going to give them more value for what they pay him. But yeah, it does suck to see him with Aaron Rodgers. I don't really like that guy. Unless he came to the Vikings, then I'd like him. Like Brett Favre.
Full of Brett Favre, yeah.
Brendan, do you want to talk about Mr. Franco?
Yeah, man. Wander Franco of the Tampa Bay Rays, their shortstop, up and coming rising star. As of today, or it says on Sunday, August 13th, which I guess would be Monday morning. It was rumored that he has been dating an underage girl on social media. They somehow, some way, social media ruins people's lives, and somehow someone found out that he's dating an underage girl. Supposedly, I've seen, thousands of tweets saying that she looks 14, but that she could be lying for the clout.
She looks 14? Is that what you said? She looks 14?
She definitely looks underage, but they're saying that she could also just be lying. I believe she lives in the Dominican Republic, from what I've heard. Could be wrong. And
this is just disgusting, in my opinion. It should be disgusting in everyone's opinion. What is it with pro athletes and making terrible decisions, whether it's financial decisions, social decisions, and stuff like that? Do you think it's he can't handle the money? He's not getting paid like Aaron Judge. He's getting paid $2 million or something like that.
But he signed in 2021. He signed an 11-year deal and it was $182 million.
Oh, never mind. I thought he was on $2 million.
No, he's their starting shortstop.
Oh, no. I was confused. He's required to be paid $2 million while on the restricted list. Okay.
The MLB is supposedly he's suspended right now by, I believe, the team wouldn't let him travel this week, but the MLB is investigating the situation.
He's batting under 300. He's not playing the best, is he?
He's not playing that bad, but he could be playing better. It's just, clearly he has other things on his mind.
Yeah, disgusting. If true, of course, it's always none of the reports have been verified, but
they could be faking.
Sure, but at the same time, it is important to recognize that if that many people are coming out about it, is probably most likely true. All these reports from ESPN even. I'm guessing it's true.
That's about all we've got on the Wander Franco case. But Josh, what about this new case coming up today? Actually, about the Blindside movie.
So ESPN put out a report that Michael Orr, from the movie The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock in it, was like one of the best football movies in my opinion.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I think I've watched it 10 times and cried every time. He claims that he was never adopted and claims all the money from the Blind Side movie royalties that the family keeps. He doesn't see any of that money. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, it's kind of crazy that she's not coming up.
And they made a movie about my life, and I didn't see like any money from it. I think I'd be pretty mad. I mean,
I'd be upset.
It was like a selfish point, but the movie is based on his life, and all they did was supposedly they adopted him, but I guess it's a lie. So.
Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, they're both families are millionaires. So like, why is this? I mean, the biggest deal is that it never really happened that he got adopted. I don't know about the money part of it, but the biggest part for me is that he really never got adopted. So
yeah, it is kind of because the entire thing is based on a lie. The whole point, the whole story is like the first thing you think of is he's adopted and he made his way to the NFL.
Watch the movie again, bro.
What you say?
I know.
I might as well never watch the movie.
I'm not gonna watch it until he gets his royalties. Whatever. Anyway, I was gonna say the crazy part about this, in my opinion, is what am I saying? The night before that this news dropped, so last night, recording this on August 14th. The night before, so last night, the 13th, I was watching a video on like movie stars and where they were now, like for NFL or like sports movie stars. And this guy was one of them. So he went to the Ravens, obviously. He won a Super Bowl with them, got his ring in the 49ers Ravens Super Bowl, and where the lights went out. Yeah, blackout. I have a core memory of that. But anyway, he's a motivational speaker now. I think he's out of the league, I'm pretty sure. Out of the league. And I think he's a motivational speaker. He has a family. And it's just interesting to see that the news broke out right after I watched that video. I thought it was interesting. And I also I wonder how like the relationship between him and his so-called adopted parents is like. I wonder if like during that time, like how they was depicted, like if they actually were, or if there was just like this dispute against him. I don't know. I just feel bad that he was tricked.
Agree, man. I agree. No, I agree. I feel like it's a bad thing, and it's just I probably could never look at the movie the same now. But we move on to a new story, relatively new story. James Harden said that he will never play for the 76ers GM Daryl Morey, and he said that he'd rather sit out all season. And I saw a thing that he's estimated to pay at least almost $400K per game he sits out.
That's crazy.
Does he have that money?
I'm sure he does.
Not 82 games worth.
I don't know if he spends a lot of that at the club, so I don't know.
I don't know. I think James Harden is 2018 James Harden. I mean, man. I've never. There hasn't been like a. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was growing up during that time, and it was just like watching that. Maybe it's just because it's like part of my childhood. But wow, I've never seen anything like that. And at least like in someone's prime, I haven't seen that. And that couple like months where he was just dropping 40 a game was insane. And I think that James Harden's a great player, and I really have a lot of respect for him. But I'm starting to lose it. I really don't like when players do this team hopping thing. I just can't stand it. I think it's selfish. I think it's just like whenever someone's like, I like the city over. It's not even about the team. It's about the city. It's weird.
They can make the most money and gain off their name and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, people want to go to LA because they all want to do a project or a producing role or have a producing team.
Or there's a nice club there in James Harden's case.
No, that's in Houston. I'm surprised he didn't go to Houston.
Yeah, well, he wanted to go back for a bit. That was the reports, but he wants to go to the Clippers or Miami. Is what the reports are.
The clubs out there are crazy, huh?
I guess, obviously. Man. I just he's on he's his third team in 4 years, and I mean it's about to be his fourth. So James Harden, you got to get it together, buddy. I think he's kind of tarnishing his legacy by doing stuff like this.
And honestly, I mean, I'm not too upset about him calling out the GM because the way I've heard it is it was an underhanded deal in the fact that he said he asked James to take a $15.8 million pay cut, and then in promise to give him a bag this year, and that didn't happen. So
that's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal. I think the NBA should investigate for sure. I mean, I think that I watched a video and read an article on it. I think it was the Timberwolves in the late 90s that did the same thing with one of their star players, and they got fined big, major bucks.
Yeah,
so that might be why your franchise is set back so far, Coleman.
Oh yeah, good. I just want to say we'll get on this later, but Anthony Edwards has been on a tear on USA Basketball so far. He's been.
All right, we'll get there. Yeah, I agree though, but I'm just saying.
All right, yeah, that's just a little side note. It's a crazy story. I mean, I've never seen someone like James Harden, like a player to that caliber, or really anyone, call out a GM like that. Like this is a big public area, press conference area. He was in like a gym. There's it looked like a couple hundred people there, and he was just saying, and he repeated it twice. He said, "Let me say that again." That's what his words were.
It doesn't really matter where it's at because in the digital age that we're in, if somebody has a phone out, it's gonna go viral.
Yeah, but he knew that, and but knowing that you're gonna put that out there and following through with it is insane. I think that's
he doesn't care at this point. He don't want to play for him.
Just respectful, but I no matter
I think he's doing it to lower his trade value, honestly, because I mean, right now that it's still a big contract. Don't get me wrong. The $15.8 million would have helped him in what sense, really? But at the same time, it's some team has to take on that major contract, and nobody wants to do it, especially with the way he's been. He's almost pulling a Kyrie Irving in the way he's been handling things.
Sure, yeah, his good friend and pal.
Brooklyn's done something to 2 out of 3. So
yeah, what the heck is going on in Brooklyn?
We'll see what KD does next.
Well, KD will probably switch to another team, try to chase a ring.
Let's just move on to a guy who cannot choose another team, and that is Henry Ruggs. Because
oh my goodness,
3 to 10 years, 3 up to 10.
I think it was just 3, wasn't it? Or didn't they decide on 3?
He's only serving 3.
Yeah.
And, after he serves these 3 years for killing that woman and her dog in 2021 for speeding, he is still eligible to play in the NFL. So that brings up, he'll be 28. Still in his prime according to what the scientists say, his athletic prime.
Dude, if he's in prison, what else is he going to do besides train?
Work out?
He'd be a freaking boss, dude. Could you imagine coming back at 28 and just
from prison? Has a player ever done that before? Gone to prison and come back? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I don't know if a team in this day and age would sign him. Optics on that? I don't know if a team would sign him.
I would say it was probably one of the people that kicked a woman or hit Ray Rice or
he didn't go to prison, did he? Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt,
did he not?
Well, probably over maybe. I forgot. Did he? Brennan, do you know? I forget.
I'd have to look that up. But Ray Lewis.
Who?
Ray
Brennan?
Lewis.
Michael Vick when he had the dog.
Oh, yep, that's one. Yeah, forgot about that.
I mean, he was a generational player. I don't even know.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs was a rookie,
I don't know.
Right?
Henry Ruggs is fast.
Or a sophomore. I don't know. It is kind of. I don't know how I'd feel about him coming back to the league. That's just terrible. He made the worst decision. He took someone's life. He killed someone, and he got 3 years of this is. I'm sorry, I'm getting riled up, but 3 years for killing someone. I don't know what degree that you could consider that, but your decisions took someone's life and a dog.
It's technically. I don't know. I'm not too worried about the dog as much as I am the person, but at the same time, it's they technically call it manslaughter because he was under the influence and things of that nature. But at the same time, I agree 100%. Drunk driving is terrible. It's probably the worst thing. One of the worst things you can do on the road.
That you can prevent.
Exactly.
It's the easiest thing.
It's like Nick Saban said a while back when this first happened. He was like, that never happened at Alabama. If somebody was been there to been no, if he was hanging around the right people and said, no, give me your keys, it would have never happened.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm not putting myself in that, especially at that caliber. I'm not gonna put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like he put himself in a bad position to do something terrible. So.
And it's another guy like Wander Franco, who's making stupid decisions, man. And you know, we didn't have the podcast back when it happened, but I'm sure we would have had a whole thing on that.
Yeah.
What, Brandon?
I was just saying, like, young athletes that make bad decisions.
I feel like all that power and that money go to their head just a little bit and think they're above everybody else. And, you know, just it is what it is. Dumb, stupid, and rich.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move on to a more, you know, lighthearted topic, and that is the release of Madden 24. And I say lighthearted, but this is one of those Maddens where, you know, people are saying it's make or break. You know, in my opinion, it's been make or break for the past 5 years, and let's just they have not been making it. I'll tell you that. But you know, and every year people hype it up, and it's the same game. There is crossplay this year, which is something that I'm excited about. They finally heard people talking. They're like, "Oh, I bet it was just in response, or I don't know who started it, 2K or Madden. I'm sure their devs like knew that other companies.
They probably just decided to do it in the same year.
Yeah, or they probably like have like rival reports, like hearing like that they're gonna do it, so these guys got to do it to compete. Because Madden and 2K are and FIFA, I guess FIFA has a new name. I think it's called Soccer or Football FC or something like that. But those three are the big three in terms of sports games. I think Madden probably sells the most. I saw a graphic a long time ago. It was either Madden or 2K sells the most, or no, it might have been FIFA with the success that FIFA has, like not in America.
Worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, it might be FIFA. But whatever. Those are the big three games. And you know, Madden's my childhood. 2K is my childhood, and I really want this to be a good game. All right, but yeah, Brennan, Josh, we got to definitely run some Madden during the school year. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
definitely
we can do some like connected franchise.
Oh, for sure. That'd be fun. You know, maybe incorporate some viewership. And hey, we have a surprise for all the viewers later in this episode. We'll let you know on that in a bit. Football related. Next, we got Ezekiel Elliott to the Patriots. I always to me, the Cowboys and the Patriots are very similar franchises. They're up there, the top two most not profitable franchises that are worth the most. You know, you got what are their names? Jones, what's his name?
Jones.
Who Jones?
Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry Jones, and then you got the
Kraft.
Yeah, the Kraft family. So you got the Jones family, you got the Kraft family, two families of immense power, immense wealth in the U.S. You know, heading these companies, these organizations, and you get two really successful franchises. Except that Dallas hasn't won anything since like the 80s, so they suck. But that's just my opinion. Ezekiel Elliott transfers from the Cowboys, and he goes to the Patriots. The contract should worth only about $6 million, and I think that's something to talk about because you got a guy like Dalvin Cook, who I don't know who you guys would say better. I'd say Dalvin Cook definitely is more in his prime than Zeke is, but back when I don't know, Zeke could still be a real. And I think $6 million, up to $6 million, is a steal for the Patriots.
I think it's a steal, but at the same time, as a Patriots fan, I didn't really care watching Zeke in Dallas as the main back, and I don't think he's gonna be the main back in the Patriots offense. I think Rashad Stevenson has that locked down right now, but I don't know. I feel like Zeke didn't like the situation of Tony Pollard having to do a running back by committee thing. And I mean, it's pretty much going to be the same thing with the Patriots, and I don't see anything being any different, really.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots aren't supposed to be a team that are going to make the playoffs this year. You never know, but they're projected to not.
Probably not.
You know, make a.
Especially they're in a pretty stacked division right now.
Oh, division's insane, especially with Cook going to the Jets.
Yeah.
And then you have Aaron Rodgers. Then you have all the Bills. I mean, it's different. I mean, just like 4 or 5 years ago, it was the Patriots who were always dominating for that stretch, and you would have thought. I mean, didn't the Patriots didn't Tom Brady never lose to the Jets? Was it or the Bills? One of those.
I think it was the Jets for a long time.
One of those. Anyway, you already knew when you saw the game and the schedule that it was going to be a blowout.
Right.
And it's just crazy how the dynamic changes. But that's how it is in the NFL.
So quickly too.
I know.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah, I think the next dynasty. That's already the dynasty is going to have to be the Chiefs. The Chiefs is the next dynasty.
I don't know. I don't think they're building it as well as the Patriots did, though. I mean, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, because I mean,
which is like the Tom Brady of the group, but you have a Rob Gronkowski type and Travis Kelce.
And that's
Travis Kelce's pretty old. You ain't got no Julian Edelman. You don't have a great offensive line. You have an okay offensive line. You don't have a stout defense. You have Chris Jones. That's about it.
Your receiver core is not good enough for for the quarterback you have, and I think that's one of the main things.
And I don't think they develop talent as well.
Sure. And I don't think it was Bill Belichick himself that developed the talent, but he definitely formed a good staff, and whatever they had worked really well. Yeah, that's a bit on Zeke and his new contract, notably only $6 million, up to $6 million, so it could be less than that. Next up, we got Kentucky, the Kentucky Wildcats. Josh's favorite team, my favorite college basketball team, landed a 7-2 prospect center from Croatia. And I don't know when the last time I've seen a player, and he'll be eligible for this year's basketball season, which is like what, starts in like October or November? I think early November. I've never seen a prospect commit this late and still be like eligible. I've never seen, because I mean, he's not a college guy. He's from Croatia. I mean, you can attempt at pronouncing his name. I will be unsuccessful. Sound it out. I want to hear it.
Zofran Ivic. I don't know how to.
They got to give you an honorary Croatian degree. That was a good attempt at the pronunciation. I don't think that was anywhere close, but you know, it's
I don't know what the UK guys are gonna call him, to be honest.
You know damn well those guys are not gonna learn how to. They're just gonna call him a nickname. They're gonna call him like I or something. I don't know.
The European freak. I don't know. I
was about to say the Greek freak. He's not Greek at all.
The crazy Croatian.
Yeah, that has a racial undertone to it, but I'll accept it. Next we'll go. I'm kidding. But Kentucky, they won their Global Jam competition with no centers, like real centers. The tallest guy they had, what was it, Jordan Burks, or who was it?
No, it would have been Trey Mitchell at 6'10".
Oh yeah. Oh, was he 6'10"? I thought he was 6'8".
Oh, he's 6'10". I think Jordan Brooks is also like 6'9", though. So I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, I thought Jordan Brooks was 6'10". Whatever. Anyway, he's one of their tallest guys. So they didn't really have a true center because Aaron Bradshaw and what's his name was out. So
Congo.
Yeah, Congo.
Enzo.
So it's good to see that they have more depth there. I don't think he's projected to start, but he's definitely going to be leagued. They're going to league him eventually.
Sure. I mean,
he's all that potential.
I hate to do this. I hate to compare.
Oh no! Here we go.
I hate to compare.
The next Jokic.
No. I'm not talking about the player. I'm talking about the team. The team
Oh my gosh!
If I could compare it to a team, it'd be the 2014-2015 Kentucky Wildcats.
Hey, I don't disagree. This is the most excited I've been about a Kentucky team. In depth. I think this is probably the most excited I've been, just because I've been following the recruitment.
And I want to go back to when I said Reed Sheppard would have the Devin Booker effect off the bench.
Oh,
I was correct. So far, I was correct. I mean,
sure.
I'm just saying, Devin Booker came off the bench and made an impressive performance, enough to be drafted in the lottery of the NBA. I think Reed Sheppard, I don't know if he would go lottery, but...
Oh, he's not lottery, but I'm sorry, he's not lottery.
I think he could potentially get there if he plays as hard as he has in Global Jam.
If he played as well as he again, you have to remind yourself that Global Jam competition, a lot of these guys aren't even committed to Power 5 schools. These guys are like best. They're not the best players in the world, but it's still impressive. And it also, I will say, I think Reed Sheppard's more of a, if he keeps playing at this level, a late first round, early second type of guy. If he plays at the level, it's just his potential, man. I don't think he has the potential of a guy who's like 6'10" or like.
Though. You say that, but like, look at Austin Reeves, what he's doing with the Lakers. He was an undrafted.
Exactly, he's undrafted.
Yeah, but he came out of Oklahoma. Nobody knew who he was.
Exactly.
Said Austin Reeves is not that good.
I don't think he's that good. I don't know how he's on the USA team, on the national team.
I'm not saying he's amazing. I'm just saying, if you look at Austin Reeves, where he came from Oklahoma, nobody knew his name, and he comes up and plays for the Lakers. He got put in the right situation, and he works hard.
Sure, and that's so rare.
Shots.
When has that happened before? When is the right situation like that never happens where an undrafted guy gets in the starting lineup? Okay, it's like not that they can't do it. It's just that the unlikelihood of a organization taking that risk and putting that guy. Who would think that Austin Reeves from where's he from? Like Arkansas or something?
He's from Arkansas. Went to Oklahoma. Went to Wichita State and then transferred to Oklahoma.
Okay. I mean, and Oklahoma's not a bad basketball. I mean, Oklahoma State's better at basketball currently. But I don't know. You never know. It's just I don't think that That's a good. I mean, it's a good comparison. I think that's what they are, but I don't think that it's not likely that he's gonna that Reed Sheppard will be put in a situation like that. I don't think that he'll ever be a starter in the NBA.
I can only think of. I would probably take DJ over Reed.
Sure. Oh, dude, DJ is gonna be drafted in the lottery. He's a lottery pick.
I understand that, but I'm saying if I'm a GM and I'm looking at these guys, and I have Reed and I have Dillingham and I have Ronnie James and I have Gabe Cupps and I have who's another one? Just say guards. I mean, in the college right now.
USC.
I mean,
what's his name?
Isaiah Collier.
Collier.
I mean, I'm sure he's better, but I'm just saying. I'm comparing Rob, Ronnie, Gabe, a few others. I'm taking Reed just because the way he works.
Oh, so hard. That is diabolical right there. That is ridiculous. You're taking over? You think Reed's better than all those guys?
It's just the way he works. Have you watched a Bronny James game and it's like, dang.
I don't think Bronny James is Bronny James.
Just went to the hospital, Josh. Like, bro, not
Bronny James. Bronny James is not him. I think Reed's better than him, but okay. I'm saying everyone else is trash. Rob Dillingham? I think Dillingham's better than Reed.
Oh my god. Obviously not. He obviously didn't show it.
Let me ask you this question, man.
What's up, Brennan?
How do you feel about the Timberwolves new jerseys, man?
So this is how I feel. I have a love-hate relationship with their jerseys. I don't really like the way that, I mean, they kind of went crazy with the reveal. They had Young Gravy reveal them. I'm not, the biggest fan of Young Gravy. I think that's probably the most Minnesota way. I think he's from Minnesota way to reveal a jersey. He performed at the Vikings versus Patriots last year on Thanksgiving when we just, owned the Patriots. But I do think that they're all right. They kind of look like a stock photo, like colored in Photoshop. By the way, just for everyone who's listening, right now, Brennan is sitting in his room, creating a mini rave. He has his LED lights in his room changing faster than like a particle accelerator, protons moving around.
Faster than James Harden trading teams, bro.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin Durant chasing rings, kind of. And it just, he's having a, yeah.
I have them going like this because this is about how fast Josh will ring up Devin Booker in any conversation.
Okay.
That's why I have it going this fast.
All right.
And I'll slow it down. This is Coleman's hopes for the Timberwolves.
All right. Wait, they were green. The lights were green. Exactly. So they're green. Oh, so they're going to the. I think the Wolves will make the playoffs. Anyway, the Wolves. They revealed some new jerseys. The city jerseys that they'll wear. I don't really know how often. I think they wear them like every couple games. In the city. And apparently, according to a reporter I like, a Timberwolves reporter that I happen to like a lot, John Krasinski, they are gonna have a matching court to go along with it, which I think will be really cool.
I think the court will look great.
I
like the jersey, but
I like them. Yeah, they kind of look like that.
The shorts are like basic.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been hearing on Twitter from my sources in the league. They've been saying that. Josh is laughing, acting like I don't have, the top sources in the league. Anyway, they've been saying that the shorts could be a little better, and I agree. The whole outfit kind of looks like that crumble cookie, like the shark. Oh, they had like the little gummy on the top.
You would know about crumble cookie.
Only real crumble cookie enthusiasts like me would know. All right, well, thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I would say, what would you guys rate him out of 10? 7. Really? What about you, Brennan?
I mean, I was gonna say 7 too. I just feel like if I'd give him a 7.3 because
I'd have to see the court.
If the court matches, I think it's an 8.
Yeah. Hear me out. Court matches, I give it 8.5. If the shorts were to match with like the same like wave thing at like the bottom of the short.
Oh, that would have been nice.
No, they have like the flames. They have like the wave thing. It would have been way cooler. But they're just blue.
And they aren't the Timberwolves colors. They're so bright. They're bright blue.
I do like baby blue though.
It's baby blue though. It's not the Timberwolves brand. The Timberwolves brand is like dark blue wolf, scare you, even though we don't go to the playoffs and we're like the least scary team in the league.
We're barely getting the bubble.
We're the Wolves, but we have a cat as our franchise player. Not for long.
Moving on to the new 2023 Hall of Famers. There was 4 inductees, so Dirk, obvious. Dwayne Wade, obvious. Tony Parker, pretty obvious, and Pau Gasol, pretty obvious. I mean,
someone put Paul Gasol in there.
I didn't type it out.
Who the hell is Paul Gasol? That's how you spell his name. How? Josh, you spelled it Paul Gasol.
I just read it. Whoever put it on there, I just read it.
No, that was you.
That was not me.
I'm just gonna ask y'all. No, it wasn't me. It was
Josh.
But I was gonna ask y'all to rank them on who had.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
That's easy.
No, hold on. Give me a second. I need to think about this.
Well, Josh, you go first, and then give me at least like a short explanation on why.
All right. So Dirk at the 1 because he was a franchise player, and he had one of the toughest rings of all time, like maybe the toughest ring of all time.
I agree.
He didn't chase rings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wade would obviously be the 2.
I disagree.
I think he was I think he, like Pat Riley said, I think he's the best Heat player for the franchise because he stayed there forever. How many rings did he win? He won 3 there, didn't he? Or 4?
I think he won 2.
2, yeah. What?
LeBron won 2, and LeBron has 4, and LeBron's won 1 with the Cavs and the Lakers. So it's just simple math, Josh. I know you want to.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dwayne won 1 in 2003 with Shaq. Not 2003, 2006.
He's spitting facts.
Oh wait, he's right. He's right.
Let him cook. Hold on. Let him cook.
Oh yeah, Brandon, it's just simple math.
That's your mouth.
Yeah, I thought he won 2 as well, so I was wrong.
0 ball knowledge in this group chat. All right, so Dirk at the 1, Dwayne at the 2. I would go.
Oh, this is so tough.
I don't know about the 3 and 4. Tony and Powell are just like. I feel like Powell is more. I go Tony at the 3 and then Powell at the 4. With it being very close, Powell would only be because Kobe pretty much dominated whenever they won. Powell was just like a tip into his Jordan, which Tony was probably about the same with him, but I feel like he was more of a orchestrated part. Like he orchestrated it a little bit more than Powell did.
So you have Tony over Powell?
Yeah.
That's how he read it. I mean, I can say mine, Coleman, if you want. At least.
You can go if you want. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go. You
sure? All right. Dirk is 1, undoubtedly. I don't even have a dispute. There's nothing I can even say about that. Dirk is number 1. The only place I have where I have like a struggle is I really don't want to put Dwayne Wade at 2. So Josh said it was undeniable that he's number 2, right? You said it's undeniable. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's a race between 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. Like that.
You think that Dwayne Wade could be considered 1?
Yeah, I mean he could be considered because he has 3 rings, and Dirk only has 1.
This is what okay.
Wait, so hold on. What did he say?
Dirk only has 1, and Dwayne has 2.
It's not all about rings. I hate the ring talk.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just saying. No, I'm talking about accolades. Like,
listen, Dwayne Wade. I can't speak. His rings. He has 2 with LeBron. Get carried by LeBron, and 1 he got carried by Shaq. Not carried by Shaq, but he has 1 with Shaq. So I mean, his rings aren't like Dirk. I think Dirk's singular ring has more weight than all of Dwayne Wade's rings.
That's why I put him at 2.
Okay,
yeah, I agree.
But I also think Dirk was a better player.
That.
Sure. Okay. And that could. I mean, that's just my opinion. And that makes me want to. I mean, I really think that Dirk or Dwayne Wade is closer to Tony Parker and Pau Gasol than he is closer to Dirk.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
I'm just saying, like, I feel like there is a division at 1. Like, if you're not going to put Tony at the 1,
yeah,
you wouldn't put Pau at the 1. You would more likely put Dirk or Dwayne.
And a bit ago, while you were explaining what'd you say, Brandon?
Said let Coleman make his list.
Oh, you're fine. We were just having a debate. While I think while you were explaining your list, I said that I disagree, and I look back at it now, I don't disagree. I think that's actually the best way to put it. The only dispute I have, I may think about putting Pau Gasol over Tony Parker, just because, I mean, I don't really have they're so, I mean, in terms of accolades, I think they're really similar. In terms of, I mean, I would have them right neck and neck if we were in the 75 or if, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
The only reason I put Tony in front is because he orchestrated the offense.
Sure.
Pau was more like just rebounding, do what Kobe wants me to do.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, so I mean, all these guys except for Dirk were 2nd or 3rd in their teams. Yeah. Which I think is notable. But yeah, I think that was a good list. I'm sorry that I hated on it for a second. Brandon, what would you say your list is?
My list is Dirk Nowitzki, number 1, because, GOAT. Number 2, I mean, it's tough, but I give it to D-Wade just because of, how much he impacted the game. He didn't have to, shoot. He was one of those slasher builds in 2K.
Yeah.
Just dunking. And then I'm going to go with Pau Gasol at the 3, and then Tony Parker 4.
I don't hate it.
I just think Pau, as much as Josh says did what Kobe did, I feel like the Lakers without him would not have done as good, and I don't think they would have won the championships.
Yeah,
because Kobe even said, I didn't appreciate Pau until I played with Dwight Howard. So I mean,
that's a little bit different caliber, guys. Come on.
And then I just think that Tim Duncan didn't really need Tony Parker.
I disagree on that, but
no, I mean, what do you mean by need?
I just their team with Tim Duncan and Ginobili. I mean, Tony Parker wasn't a scorer. He just was passing the rock. I mean,
he was like a Rondo in Boston.
Yeah,
anyone better than Rondo
can pass the rock. That's
Here's the question. Dirk or Tim Duncan? No, silence. Absolute silence. I have my answer.
Yeah, that's a question for another day. We could save that.
My answer is Tim Duncan. Very short, but
I was gonna say Tim. I gave Tim a little bit of edge, but at the same time, he got put in a better system as well.
Oh, yeah,
well,
you
have to think. Coleman, the NBA draft was rigged because the Spurs falling off. It's how they got Wendy.
All right.
Exactly.
Brandon, really quick, if you had to pick without explaining, pick one really quick.
I'd probably go with Tim Duncan just because but I just thought of the rings.
Sure. Yeah.
Better player, I think Dirk is my favorite.
Wow. Really?
No, just Dirk.
I think the more versatile player is
Dirk. Sure, more versatile.
Better player.
First ever big to get it popping from behind the arc. What? Wait. What about that?
Popping from behind the arc?
Okay.
Or did you mean arch?
All right. Okay, guys. Preseason NFL takeaways. But before you guys, tell me your takeaways, I want to let you know that the Baltimore Ravens of Baltimore, Maryland, have not lost a preseason game in 24 appearances. They have not lost one. And I know it's Mickey Mouse. It's the preseason. Who cares? It's whoever has the best But I think it speaks to how well the Ravens are able to. I mean, there's two ways you can look at it. Either not allocate enough resources for your main squad or do a really good job allocating resources for your practice squad. And so you could say that they're good recruiters or they don't, put enough effort. Yeah, exactly. You can say either of those, but I mean, that's what? You play 4 a year? That's 6 years. That's 6 years worth of preseason games that they have not lost.
Yeah, and they haven't won a championship in those 6 years. So really, does it really matter?
I mean, a lot of teams haven't won.
Clearly not, Josh. Clearly not.
Yeah, I guess they're in all 25 teams in the league who haven't won a championship in 6 years are because I think the Chiefs won twice.
No, you're making a big deal about them not losing a game in preseason.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 4 or is it 3? Or is it 3 a year? Is it 3 a year or 4 a year that they play?
3 a year.
3. So that's 8 years.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I mean, I agree. It's a cool stat, but does it really matter?
No, it doesn't.
Well, that's all I was pointing out.
I want to also say that play at Nathan Rourke. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Rourke. I tuned in and I was watching that play that for Jacksonville, the quarterback, he made that Patrick Mahomes type play. He was about to get sacked, planted his feet, found the guy in the end zone. That was a really cool play. Probably the best preseason play so far.
Yeah. Speaking about rookie QBs, that would be I don't know if he's a rookie QB or not, but speaking about rookie QBs, I see a clear-cut number 1 and then everybody else.
Who is it?
It'd have to be Bryce Young.
Yeah, I thought you were saying Will Levis, dude.
No, Will Levis didn't have the best of days. Okay, we'll give it to him. But CJ Stroud had a terrible day. I mean, that shows you what the cognitive test does for you.
Yeah. Can we talk about Justin Fields too? The hype that he was getting.
I feel like I don't think it's that well deserved, but at the same time, it's I feel like he's a budget Lamar Jackson.
Oh, for sure, he's budget. He's making yeah. What Brandon? You gonna say something?
Did you not see I get he had maybe, what was it, 200 yard, 2 touchdown pass?
Yeah, like 100 something yards.
Let me read this. -3 pass.
Yeah, they're all behind the yard of scrimmage.
And -2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good quarterback checkdowns.
Yeah, new Kirk Cousins. The NFC North is full of check down frauds. Check down merchants like Jared Goff.
You don't check down, bro.
Actually, I take what I just said back about the rookie quarterbacks. There's a 1 and 2. Bryce Young being number 1, Stetson Bennett being a close number 2.
I agree.
Talk about Stetson Bennett. Like, dude was poised in the pocket.
I don't think that he'll have the best career out of all because I mean it takes time for the rookies to develop. This guy's like 26, so I mean he's pretty much a vet at this point. He's experienced. What do you say? He's in his prime. Yeah, we could talk about the top 100 rankings. You know, Patrick Mahomes coming in number 1. Who do you think? What do you think is bullcrap out of the top 100 rankings for the NFL?
All of it's crazy.
The players vote on this, by the way.
The top 10 is bullcrap.
What do you think is bullcrap about it?
I just don't like it. I mean, it's not.
What changes would you make?
I don't think. I would redo the whole list, bro.
Okay, well,
you're straight lying to yourself, dude.
I think it's a pretty good list.
Not number 1.
What? Wait. You think that there's a
Justin
better
Jefferson
player than Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Who?
Will Levis.
No. Honestly, who? I'm actually. You're joking, right?
No, I'm not.
Who is the number 1 player?
Actually, no. I take that back. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Patrick
good.
Mahomes.
Jeez.
Patrick Mahomes
obvious.
Is number 1, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'd have to. See, let me.
You're talking crazy right now. You're talking crazy.
I mean, the only thing in the top 10 that I could see that is wrong is maybe Jalen Hurts because it was 1 season.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts is hyped up. I don't see it. I think he's gonna be one of those guys in 3 years. They're gonna be like, wow, remember Jalen Hurts? What that season he had?
Dude, I mean, Justin Jefferson could move down the list too. I mean, maybe.
This is voted on players, dude. You just say that because you're a Lions fan.
I don't even think Justin Jefferson's number 1 wide receiver, bro.
What?
Chase by a mile.
Okay, now he's laughing. You know he's the best receiver. I just saw him.
Close.
What? It's close to the. Sure, it might be close with Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill, but
I'm talking Jamar.
Jamar Chase?
Better than Justin, yes.
Okay, I oh my God, I don't know how much longer I can do this, guys. I'm not gonna front with you guys.
No, dude, you're good. We'll get
Jamar Chase better than Justin Jefferson?
I said it was close. I didn't say he was.
It's not even close. It's not remotely close.
Yeah, it is.
You're okay. I need you to level with me right now. Are you saying this to rile me up?
No, I mean dead ass.
Dude. Okay, first of all, don't say that. Second of all, you're lying.
I'll be for real with you, Coleman. Right?
What?
Ross St. Brown and Justin Jefferson have the same amount of receptions their first 3 years. Basically, the same type of players, bro.
Oh yeah, the same reception. That doesn't mean anything.
Nope, it does. Basically, they're the same.
No, it does not.
All right, let's not get off on that tangent. We'll do that later. But
okay. Whoever's listening right now, I want you to know that I'm a big Justin Jefferson fan. I'm a Vikings fan, and I think that I know that Josh and Brandon have gone out of their way to meet in secret quarters behind closed doors to negotiate a deal that involves every time I talk about Justin Jefferson, they make sure that they rile me up by saying some fraud is better.
No, I didn't say he was better. I said it's close.
Okay, I don't think it's close.
Okay, that's your opinion. I think that my opinion.
Sure, I think he's a top 10 receiver. I don't think he's in the top 5. Jamar Chase is not a top 5 NFL receiver.
You're stupid.
It goes Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, and then after that, it's up for grabs. But it is not.
Tyreek's 3, Chase is 2. Devontae had done nothing. I don't know how you're calling him a top 5 wide receiver when he hasn't done anything in the last 2 years.
Fine. I think Tyreek Hill actually might be 2. You're right. Tyreek Hill might be 2. Who's number 1?
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill.
I just don't think, and it's not even a thing about Justin Jefferson anymore. It's not even about them going to LSU. It's about, I don't think Jamar Chase is all that. I think that Devontae Adams has played more of a role in the past couple of years than Jamar Chase has.
What?
I don't even like Devontae Adams in terms of I don't like his. I just don't see it. I think Tyreek Hill is better than Jamar Chase. Anyway, but this is a tangent.
Yeah, exactly. I told you could off of it.
Okay.
Obviously, I would change the Jalen Hurts from number 3 because he's not even a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's maybe a 15. He should be ranked 15.
I would think Travis Kelce should be top 5.
What?
Agreed. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Joe Burrow should be higher from 6.
I agree with that.
Tyreek should be higher from 7.
I agree with that.
Josh Allen, I don't even know if I put him at 8. I think there's more valuable players elsewhere, but I think we overvalue the QB position.
What are the defensive players?
Well, I mean,
Michael Parsons.
The first.
Yeah, where's Michael?
He's the first one. He's number 9.
Michael Parsons at 9, and then Chris Jones. Which I agree with the Chris
Where's
Jones
Zach
being
Martin?
top 15, but like
Zach Martin doesn't play defense. So.
I know. Well, yeah, I'm talking about just in general. Where's Zach Martin? They don't give any love to the Hogs and the line.
They really don't give no love to anybody except like unless you're a big name.
No, they got Lane Johnson, Trenton Williams.
Lane Johnson's W. Where's Pat Surtain?
At 13.
Pat Surtain, I believe, is at the bottom.
He's low.
Kirk Cousins is in the 40s.
That's too high.
No, it's not. He's the GOAT.
I agree.
Kirk Cousins is tied for not tied. I don't know exactly how he's. I know he's the same age as the second oldest quarterback.
Sauce is the first cornerback off the board.
I sure he has like a lot of pass breakups and he's really good. He's slightly overrated.
He's just over Javier Alexander.
Jair, yeah. I think Sauce Gardner is slightly overrated.
I agree. Slightly.
He's him, but he's slightly like.
It's crazy. Jamar Chase is 39th on this list. That's crazy.
I think he's maybe should be top 30, but not. I don't know. That's the highest I put him.
You're crazy.
Brennan, what do you think your top 5 wide receivers is?
If I'm not like smoking drugs like Josh is, I'll be realistic here. Number 1 is Justin Jefferson. I hate to say
hop off, bro.
Pretty good. Number 2, I'm gonna give to Tyreek Hill just because I thought he wouldn't do as good in Miami with Tua, but he did better.
Yeah.
So I give him number 2. Number 3, I'll go Devontae Adams just because of his tall frame, his route running, and his hands are just amazing.
Huh?
Y'all are smoking crack, bro.
Pause.
Number 4, I'll give to Jamar Chase just because of the connection he has with Joe Burrow. And then number 5, I'm going to give to Stephon Diggs.
Oh, I forgot about Stephon Diggs.
I like Stephon at 5.
I like him at 5. I like him. I like Jamar at 6.
But I'm like a big CeeDee Lamb hater.
CeeDee Lamb does not. Jamar Chase is better than CeeDee Lamb.
Thank God, finally not so delusional.
No, that's CeeDee Lamb is not him at all. He's a good slot receiver. I don't even think he's top 3 on the Vikings. If he was on the Vikings right now, I think that was a good list, Brandon. Actually, rare W.
Thank you.
I don't think it was a great list because you put Devontae Adams. What did you put him at 3?
3.
Dude.
After this year, that was the. I mean, he's done after this year. He's cooked. But I'm saying
he didn't do anything last year.
Okay, well he had Derek Carr.
Doesn't matter. Who's he gonna have this year?
Garoppolo.
Exactly. He ain't gonna throw the ball.
Whatever. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, before we pick our games of the week, we are going to talk about our new fantasy football league, the Wildcards Fantasy Football League, coming up. So for this next NFL season, we are going to have a 20 actually, I don't know how many teams it's going to have because we're going to, whoever joins first is in.
It'll be the first 17. So if there's less than 17, we'll cut the numbers down. But
sure,
there'll be 17 slots for all of you to get into.
Yep. So if you want to join our fantasy football league, we have 4 divisions. It's all the suits. Josh thought of the idea. It's pretty good. We have the aces, or not the aces, the spades, the clubs, the hearts, and the diamonds.
That's just terrible.
Hey, Brandon put it in, but Josh thought.
No, Brandon came up with the suits part, but I came up with using the card stuff.
Oh, okay, Josh fine. Said let's do cards, and I said,
"Hey, you guys helped." Yeah, you guys helped out. Sure, I got Brandon. I got to give you more credit. I thought I didn't hear you say that. My bad.
Team wild card.
Actually, now that I think about it, Brandon probably did all the work. Screw you, Josh. I'm kidding. Anyway,
Justin Jefferson's number 1. I mean, Jamar Chase number 1.
What? Okay, sorry. I'm kidding. Listen. So if you guys want to join the fantasy football league, you have to follow our Instagram, the show Wildcards. So SHOW WILD CARDS. Show Wildcards, and in the description or in the bio of that Instagram, there'll be a link tree. And the first link in the link tree is a link to join the ESPN Fantasy Football League that we have, and you'll just join. And the draft that we're going to do is September 2nd. So this is the Saturday before the NFL opener between the Chiefs and the Lions. It's going to be Saturday, September 2nd at 6:30 Central Time. And we'll send out reminders and stuff like that through the league, and you'll get notifications from the ESPN app and whatnot. But yeah, make sure you join that. That's going to be a bunch of fun. Maybe it'll be a prize for the winner.
And a forfeit for the loser.
Yeah. The loser has to run 2 marathons back to back, and in between have to do the Waffle House challenge. But yeah, there's that. I think we should move on to make sure to join that. This is gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna talk about it on the podcast, talk about who's winning, give some shout outs. But next on our list is we're gonna talk about our picks last week and how we did overall really quick. So last week, or I guess not last week, last podcast, because it's been a couple weeks. Yeah. I went 4-8-1 because we had a tie, not a tie. What was the reason? Oh, we picked the wrong game. That's what happened.
Orioles and Angels did not play on Tuesday.
So Brandon, who picked those games, Brandon?
Probably me, because I do everything. But
sure, yeah. But it's all right. It happens. So we each got a tie on the list for that. So I went 4-8-1. Brandon went 7-5-1, and Josh went 6-6-1. So Brandon had the best week, followed by Josh, then me. So overall now, Brandon's
what is his note on here? Coleman might have cheated.
Remember that?
Punishment.
That was from
complaining about it.
Answer.
That was remember that? But that was for that game, the Orioles Angels games, which didn't even happen.
So it doesn't even matter now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think he still cheated though.
Okay, anyway, we agreed that if it happened again, then we'd forfeit a game, but not yet. Or suspension, remember?
Yeah.
But yeah,
cheated so far.
So overall, Josh is 112, 94-2 for an overall record of 53.8%. Brandon is 100 and 106-2 for an overall record of 48.1%. And I am 99, 107-2 for a 47.5% win rate.
Y'all are trash.
So I'm 1 game behind Brandon. Are those percentages right? Because 1% should not be.
I don't think so.
Those are not right.
I didn't do the percentages correctly. That's the same percentages. Oh, no. I guess somebody did redo it, though.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Whatever.
How is it not?
But let's talk about our picks for next week. So we have 13 more games. As every week we pick 13 games and pick them. And overall, we'll see who the winner is. So after 20 weeks, I think we agreed on, right, is when we're going to stop it. And the loser has to do a punishment. We'll decide what it is sometime. I was thinking, hey, maybe we could do the Waffle House challenge. The one loser does that, the 24 hours.
You would want to do that.
I would want to do that. I think that actually sounds fun. I've been watching.
Yeah, you would want to do that.
I might tank,
you have to pay for the waffles, bro. They're not.
Yeah, I know. It's like $50, probably for like all the waffles that I'd get.
Coleman's
Coleman's got it like that, so it's
it's like something light for a guy like me. Anyway, let's talk about the picks for next week. The first game is on Friday. The Panthers are at the Giants. And all of us have the Giants except for Brandon, who has the Panthers, who got blown out last week, I believe, in the preseason. Why do you pick the Panthers, Brandon?
Bryce Young bounce back week.
Oh, brother.
And the Lions can beat the Giants. Why can't another cat team beat them? So
that is probably the worst explanation I've ever heard. Besides,
I like that, Brandon. I like that.
I kind of like the Giants pitching staff. I'm kidding.
Hey, wrong sport, buddy. Wrong sport.
Oh, my bad.
San Francisco Giants. I get what he means.
No, it was the right sport. We're actually doing our interleague game. Next game also on Friday, we have the Bengals at the Falcons. We all have the Falcons. The Falcons are pretty good. They have a lot of young players. Next we have Blue Jays and Reds also on Friday. We all have the Blue Jays except for Brandon, who has the Reds, trying to be different. Why do you have the Cincinnati Reds?
Just because they need to start pushing for that wild card spot. The NL or the NL it's a pretty tight race right now. They're only a couple games behind, and I just think the Blue Jays will fall off a little bit.
Oh, you say they need to start. I mean, every team needs to start. Why will the Reds in particular outperform everyone else?
Just because of their young prospect, Ellie De La Cruz. I believe they have a better chance, and they haven't been to the playoffs in a while. So now that they're really close, it's just something that just gives them that extra motivation.
I got you. On Saturday, we have the Jaguars at the Lions. All of us have the Lions. The Lions have a great young core, admittedly, as a Vikings fan. As much as I hate to say it, we're still going to win the division, but it's all right. Dolphins at the Texans, also on Saturday. Brandon and I have the Texans. CJ Stroud, but Josh has the Dolphins. Why do you have the Dolphins?
Because I'm going against CJ Stroud, bro. If you score that low on a cognitive test,
bro, you can't bring this up, bro.
He keeps that's his whole thing.
Bad. Like CJ Stroud's not a bad player, but Josh
he is. He didn't play good.
He can't take an ACT test. Cross off my list.
Yeah.
The cognitive test is not the ACT, buddy, and it's just. I mean, let's see what everybody else made on it compared to CJ Stroud. Yeah, I'm gonna take everybody else over CJ Stroud.
The next game we have is the Titans at the Vikings. This is on Saturday. We all went with the Vikings. Josh switching up from his, Will Levis bandwagon after he saw his first preseason game.
Yeah, I would be done with him too.
No, there was no bandwagon. I'm still rooting for my boy, but I'm also realistic. Unlike y'all two with Justin Jefferson being number one, it's just how it is.
You mean as the number one receiver?
Yeah.
I mean, he is the number one receiver. Anyway,
delusional.
Next game.
Who's ahead of him?
Tomorrow, bro.
Guys,
my.
Stop. All right, next game we have is Sunday. We have Saints at Chargers. All went with the Chargers here. I'll just speak for myself. I went with them because of their young TCU wide receiver, Quentin Johnson, and I like their offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, Cowboys GOAT, Boise State GOAT. Just want to put that out there. Next on Sunday, we have the Red Sox at the Yankees. Brennan and I went together again. We both have the Yankees, and Josh is the Red Sox. Tell me, without mentioning their pitching staff, why you like the Red Sox.
They have a great they
have a great.
Yo, where are the Red Sox, Josh?
Boston.
Are you sure?
In
Boston, Massachusetts.
That's just not even how they sound.
Nope, I know that. I just said it just because I wanted to say it like that. But no, they're hitting pretty well. So right now, they're on a pretty good hitting streak.
Bless you, Coleman.
And of course, the Yankees overpay, and it's just not working out for them. So I was just going against the Yankees, really, to be honest with you.
All right. Fair. Next on Monday, we got the Ravens at the Commanders, and we all have the Ravens because, the Ravens are going to continue their streak of
Imagine
five.
They lose now that we brought it up.
They will, bro. I know they will. It's going to be ridiculous, and I'm going to have a lot to say about it if they do. Next on Monday, they have the Rangers at the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have been pooping the bed recently. The last time I looked at their record, didn't they lose 5 or 10 in a row or something like that? Crazy, Brandon. Why do you have the Diamondbacks? Josh and I both have the Rangers.
Well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I understand, man.
No need to say any more.
Just let me cook.
Say no more.
The Rangers might be 8-2 on their last 10 games, and the Diamondbacks, they might be 2-8 on their last 10 games.
Ridiculous.
Let me tell you, these Diamondbacks of Arizona flipping the script, right? You know how I was talking about the Reds need that wild card spot? Guess who else needs a wild card spot, bro?
Every team in the league.
Arizona Diamondbacks, bro. They need that wild card spot.
Does that mean they're getting?
Let me tell you who doesn't need a playoff spot is the Rangers. So let me tell you, the Rangers, they're not going to be pressing on the gas as hard as the Diamondbacks, right? Diamondbacks, it's a home game. Rangers, it's like they probably play 3 games, They're just looking to get 1 win. So statistically, I have a better chance that the Diamondbacks get a win before the Rangers do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Statistics 101, Brennan Hartkey. Thank you so much, Brennan.
All right, so on Tuesday, we have Mets at Braves. We all went with the Braves. My reasoning, I hate going against the Mets. Great pitching staff.
Oh, brother.
But I'm a Braves fan at heart. Thank you to Morgan Wallen for that. I'm just kidding. I was always a Braves fan. But, yeah, I think the Braves are a better team overall, and I think they can hit dingers off that great Mets pitching staff.
Dude, you know what's crazy, Josh, is that the Mets lost their 2 best pitchers.
I know, but they
it's not about the pitchers. It's about the staff, not the pitchers.
The team. Yeah, I got
the whole bullpen, dude. It's not just about 1 or 2 specific people, man.
Well, it's not like they lost their 2 best starters and their closers out for the season. But hey,
it's
the whole
culture,
team.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's Mets culture.
Yeah.
Next man up.
All right, Josh, who we got next?
We got Dodgers at Guardians. We all have the Dodgers. I'm sticking with my thing of not picking the Guardians ever because of their stupid name change. Brandon Coleman, do you have anything to say on the game?
I don't mind the name change. I actually kind of like Guardians.
Over the Indians?
I mean, I don't really have an opinion either way. I think it's a cool name, though. Like, if it was always the Guardians, I wouldn't feel any way about it. I think it'd be a cool name.
Yeah, no, but I think it's stupid the way they changed the name. This is my opinion.
That's very political of you.
All right, well,
next.
On Wednesday, we have the Blue Jays at the Orioles. And I'm thinking Josh and Coleman just went with what I put. But
hey, I put mine first.
I actually picked this game before you did, Brandon. So
no, that's actually a lie because I started my list from the bottom and made my way up.
Oh,
well, I don't remember ever seeing your pick. So
well, actually, we could check the document history and
I'm just saying I don't remember seeing your pick.
Review of the play.
But we all chose the Orioles this week. I guess Josh and Coleman know something that I know.
Why would I pick with a losing picker? Like, that's just stupid.
What? Oh,
wait, what?
Why would I pick with Brandon if he's he's under 50%?
Are you calling him a loser?
No, he just sucks at picking games sometimes.
Oh, I'm even more of a loser.
And you're the exact same. So I don't know. I'm the only one over 50%.
Probably will stay that way because you only got 3 weeks left, including this week.
I'm hoping it does. It'd be kind of goated.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our picks for this week, and that is the conclusion of the podcast for this week. So I want to thank everyone for showing out for the podcast. It was a great week. I want to try to do this again next week. Make sure we don't miss it. We got to make sure we clear our schedules.
Coleman.
Once again, make sure to follow all the socials. The Instagram has a link tree in the bio, and the Instagram username is what is it called again?
Show Wildcards.
The Instagram username is Show Wildcards, SHOWWILDCARDS. And in that Instagram bio, there will be a link tree where you can join our fantasy football league. Again, there's 17 spots left. Maybe if not that many people join, we can lower it down. Make sure it's not because 20 people is a lot for a draft.
But we're gonna get 20 people because
Oh yeah,
we know people, so y'all better join.
Join the fun. There might be a prize. You never know. I might put a couple bucks on that, so send it to the winner. You never know.
Put a rack on it.
And maybe just only a few thousand. Bless someone,
just bless somebody.
Apparently 8 million is not enough money for Coleman, so
how about this? I'll put 8 million on the thing out there. Real. This is a legal. Not clickbait. Anyway, I want everyone else to have a great rest of their week. I hope Josh and Brennan have a terrible week. And I'm kidding. You guys have a great rest of your week. I've enjoyed doing the podcast with you guys. And much love to everyone. Anyway, anything you guys want to say?
No, I'm good. I'm just happy we got back into it.
Yep.
I've missed my boys. I enjoy talking to y'all.
Yep, for sure.
Even though your views are very stupid. That's
how nice. They're correct. My Justin Jefferson is my best take.
We'll see.
He'll be the first player to win, the first receiver to win MVP.
Okay.
Okay, that's a great way to end it off. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you next week. Peace.
See you.
Peace.